Question 1. In which of these situations is overtaking on the left most appropriate? A. When a vehicle in the right lane is waiting to turn right. B. In slow-moving traffic queues. C. When the vehicle in front is moving slower than the speed limit. Answer. A. When a vehicle in the right lane is waiting to turn right. In the UK, you typically overtake on the right, but when a vehicle in the right lane is waiting to turn right, you can overtake on the left if it's safe. Question 2. You are first in line at a red traffic light. It changes to green, but the car ahead in the opposing lane is turning right across your path. What should you do? A. Move forward slowly. B. Wait until the car has completed the turn. C. Sound your horn. Answer. B. Wait until the car has completed the turn. For safety, you should always wait until the road ahead is clear before proceeding. Question 3. What's the main reason for motorcyclists to wear bright fluorescent clothing during daylight hours? A. To keep them warm. B. So they can be easily seen in mirrors. C. Because it's a legal requirement. Answer. B. So they can be easily seen in mirrors. Wearing bright clothing increases visibility and helps drivers notice motorcyclists more easily. Question 4. At what blood alcohol concentration does the risk of being involved in a collision double? A. 0, 2%. B. 0, 5%. C. 0, 8%. Answer. B. 0, 5%. Even small amounts of alcohol can affect the ability to ride and increase the risk of a collision. Question 5. Why might you need to be extra cautious when passing a lorry on a motorbike? A. The lorry might swerve into your lane. B. Turbulence can unsettle your motorcycle. C. Lorries tend to speed up when being overtaken. Answer. B. Turbulence can unsettle your motorcycle. Large vehicles can create wind turbulence, which can potentially affect a motorcycle's stability. Question 6. Your motorcycle has 3 braking systems. Which is the correct combination? A. Front brake, rear brake, and engine brake. B. Front brake, clutch, and rear brake. C. Front brake, horn, and rear brake. Answer. A. Front brake, rear brake, and engine brake. Motorcycles use a combination of front and rear brakes and engine braking when decelerating. Question 7. Your friend tells you that countersteering means turning the handlebars in the opposite direction you want to go. Is this true for high-speed turns on a motorcycle? A. No, that's always incorrect. B. Yes, especially at higher speeds. C. Only when reversing. Answer. B. Yes, especially at higher speeds. Countersteering is a technique where you push the handlebar in the opposite direction of the turn at higher speeds to make the bike lean into the turn. Question 8. How can you use your motorcycle's engine to help control your speed? A. By selecting a higher gear. B. By changing to a lower gear. C. By using the choke. Answer. B. By changing to a lower gear. Downshifting can help control speed due to engine braking. Question 9. What should you do if your motorcycle begins to wobble or weave while you're riding? A. Speed up quickly. B. Grip the handlebars tightly and try to stabilize. C. Close the throttle gradually and avoid braking. Answer. C. Close the throttle gradually and avoid braking. Braking can worsen a wobble, so it's safer to decelerate gently. Question 10. You're riding in heavy rain. What should you do to avoid wheel spin? A. Lean back. B. Use a higher gear than usual. C. Rev the engine. Answer. B. Use a higher gear than usual. Using a higher gear reduces the chances of wheel spin in wet conditions. Question 11. You're approaching a right-hand bend. In general, where should you position your motorcycle? A. Close to the center line. B. Close to the left-hand side of your lane. C. In the middle of your lane. Answer: C. In the middle of your lane. This gives you a good view of the road ahead and keeps you away from potential oncoming traffic. Question 12. A car pulls out from a side road, forcing you to brake hard. What should you do after the danger has passed? A. Flash your lights. B. Overtake immediately. C. Stay calm and continue. Answer: C. Stay calm and continue. It's important to remain focused on the road and not let the incident distract or agitate you. Question 13. You are approaching a pelican crossing. The lights change to flashing amber as you near. This means: A. You must stop and give way. B. If no pedestrians are present, you may proceed. C. You must always wait for the green light. Answer: B. If no pedestrians are present, you may proceed. Flashing amber at a pelican crossing means you must give way to pedestrians, but if none are present, you can continue. Question 14. Why might a motorcyclist stay in the left-hand lane on a motorway? A. Because it's easier to exit the motorway. B. To avoid faster vehicles. C. The left-hand lane is designated for motorcyclists. Answer: A. Because it's easier to exit the motorway. The left lane on a motorway is the normal driving lane and allows easy access to exits. Question 15. If your motorcycle starts to skid due to the rear wheel locking, what's the best course of action? A. Release the rear brake immediately. B. Keep the rear brake fully applied. C. Use more front brake. Answer: A. Release the rear brake immediately. If the rear wheel locks, releasing the brake can allow the wheel to regain traction. Question 16. What's the main reason motorcyclists are considered vulnerable road users? A. They can accelerate quickly. B. They don't have a protective shell around them. C. Motorcycles are often louder than cars. Answer: B. They don't have a protective shell around them. Unlike car occupants, motorcyclists don't have the protection of a vehicle's body in case of a collision. Question 17. Why should you check over your shoulder before turning? A. To make sure your jacket isn't caught. B. To see if there's a space where you can park. C. To check for vehicles in your blind spot. Answer: C. To check for vehicles in your blind spot. Even if your mirrors are well adjusted, there will always be areas they can't cover. Question 18. How should you dry your brakes after riding through deep water? A. By accelerating then braking hard. B. By applying them gently while riding. C. By stopping and wiping them with a cloth. Answer: B. By applying them gently while riding. This generates heat through friction, which helps evaporate any moisture. Question 19. Why are painted road markings especially dangerous for motorcyclists when wet? A. They may be freshly painted. B. They become slippery and can cause reduced grip. C. They can be confusing in rain. Answer: B. They become slippery and can cause reduced grip. Painted surfaces, when wet, can be significantly more slippery than the regular road surface. Question 20. When may a motorcyclist use a bus lane? A. Never. B. During the hours of operation shown on the sign. C. Always, as motorcycles are considered buses. Answer: B. During the hours of operation shown on the sign. Motorcyclists can use some bus lanes, but it's important to always check the signs for permission and hours of operation. Question 21. When are motorcyclists most at risk from other road users? A. On long straight roads. B. When approaching junctions. C. On motorways. Answer: B. When approaching junctions. Junctions are a common place where other vehicles can fail to notice motorcyclists. Question 22. When carrying a passenger, you should: A. Encourage them to lean into the bends. B. Tell them to keep their feet down when stopping. C. Adjust your riding, especially when cornering and braking. Answer: C. Adjust your riding, especially when cornering and braking. An extra person adds weight and can change the dynamics of the motorcycle. Question 23. Why shouldn't you ride with your visor up? A. It increases fuel consumption. B. It leaves you vulnerable to wind and flying objects. C. It makes the helmet ineffective. Answer. B. It leaves you vulnerable to wind and flying objects. Riding with a visor up increases the risk of eye injuries from debris, bugs, or dust. Question 24. You're approaching a zebra crossing. You need to give way when A. A pedestrian has moved onto the crossing. B. A pedestrian is waiting to cross. C. Pedestrians are on the pavement near the crossing. Answer. A. A pedestrian has moved onto the crossing. You're only required to stop once a pedestrian has stepped onto the zebra crossing. Question 25. When should you especially check your mirrors while riding? A. Only when coming to a stop. B. Before you change speed or direction. C. Only when you hear a loud noise behind you. Answer. B. Before you change speed or direction. Regularly checking your mirrors gives you a clear understanding of the traffic situation behind you and ensures you're aware of any potential hazards when making maneuvers.